Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 17, 2024. And in the news this evening, fear grips Whitfield town amid a surge in violence. Following a series of fires in Whitfield town, believed to be the work of arsonist, Member of Parliament for St. Andrews South-Western, Angela Brown-Burke, is convinced that the police should be doing more to quell the flare-up of violence that has engulfed the area in recent times. Over the past 2 months, more than 40 families have reportedly been rendered homeless by fires, many believed to have been started by criminals. Speaking with the news, Brown-Burke stated that she wants the police to put together an action plan that will restore residents' faith in them. She shared that with many now living in fear for their lives in the surrounding areas, law enforcers need to be more proactive in their fight against the crime. It is very disheartening what is happening. Over the last couple of months, I think things would have escalated. There have been several shootings taking place, and the truth is that there is a level of tension and frustration in the community, she said. Persons have been abandoning homes because they believe it is intolerable and they refuse to put themselves and their families at risk. The good thing is that there has been no loss of life, but the hard part of it is that it is your savings, your investment, your peace of mind. It is starting all over again. We have to have another dialogue with the police about what they are doing, she continued. Persons in the community who are the source of the tension need to be identified, but it is a policing matter that needs to take place. She went on to say that the criminals continue to plague the community even with a strong police military presence. I know they keep saying they need information, and I understand that, but we need a plan. We now have a new commissioner of police, so I hope he has some new thoughts, new vision on how the crime situation needs to be handled. One of the recent fire victims, who identified himself as a doggy, told the news that residents in the community are living in constant fear. He shared that having resided in the area for more than 5 decades, the recent spate of fires and killings is the worst it has ever been. Right now, it seems that the people living in fear now. Everybody afraid for them life right now because what is going on right now, we don't see what them are fight for, he said. This thing cannot go on like this. It has to stop now. UK legal experts welcome Privy Council ruling in cartel case. Some Jamaican legal experts in the United Kingdom have welcomed the ruling of the Judicial Committee of the Privy Council that the murder conviction of Adidja Vybz Kartel Palmer and the 3 other accused be set aside and the case is sent back to the Court of Appeal in Jamaica for a retrial to be considered. Kartel, Sean Storm Campbell, Kahira Jones and Andre Matsus St. John had taken their appeal against the 2014 murder conviction of Clive Lizard Williams to the UK Privy Council after an earlier attempt was thrown out by the Jamaican Court of Appeal. On Thursday, the UK Privy Council, Jamaica's final court, said the board had unanimously concluded that the appeals should be allowed and the appellant's convictions should be quashed on the grounds of juror misconduct. Further, the Privy Council ruled that the cases should be remitted to the Court of Appeal of Jamaica to decide whether to order a retrial of the appellants for the murder of Williams. Linda Hudson, a UK-based barrister, believes that the Privy Council's verdict points to an important clause in the Jamaican Constitution that an individual's right to a fair trial must be preserved. The fundamental rights guaranteed by the Jamaican Constitution, including the right to a fair trial, should be preserved at all costs. Allowing a juror who tried to bribe other jurors to remain on the jury could never have resulted in a fair verdict, Hudson told the news. The integrity of the justice system has to be protected by everyone involved. The UK Privy Council's decision to quash the appellant's convictions is the just outcome. A more stinging view of the role of the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn-Casey, in securing an unsafe conviction came from Matondo K. Mukulo, a practicing barrister in the United Kingdom. He felt that the DPP's position is no longer tenable. It is always good when the judicial system corrects a fundamental procedural error so that fairness is applied, Mukulo told the news. However, it is obvious to those who care to see that the position of the Director of Public Prosecutions who played an instrumental role in securing an unsafe conviction in circumstances where a new trial should have been directed, is no longer tenable. He added, "It is inconceivable that members of the public still have confidence in Ms. Llewellyn when, as an officer of the court and a casee, she encouraged the judge to in effect ignore the Constitution. She should do what right-thinking people are saying. Jamaica now deserves a new DPP." Another legal expert, Simone Bowman, who is a barrister in England and Wales and an attorney at law in Jamaica, noted that juries are the bulwark of our societies. However, what we have observed in this case is jury misconduct in its highest form. The Privy Council's decision to quash the convictions simply highlights the lack of apathy of legal due process within the judicial system of Jamaica. Meanwhile, UK reggae music historian Kwaku noted the irony that it was the UK Privy Council that overturned the conviction, or the case would have ended in Jamaica if it was a republic. Whilst the Privy Council ruling has not freed the Vybz Kartel and the other men, it has opened the door for a retrial. Incidentally, if Jamaica was a republic, the case would have ended in Jamaica and not been sent to the Privy Council in England for another opportunity for an appeal, Kwaku reasoned. The cartel and the co-accused case has now been remitted to the Jamaican Court of Appeal for a decision to be made concerning a retrial for the four men. The DPP and defense attorneys are expected to present arguments to the court for it to make a decision. UTech lecturers withdraw strike notice. The University of Technology Academic Staff Union has withdrawn a 72-hour strike notice which was scheduled to take effect on Monday. It follows the Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke's invitation to a meeting on Sunday, the group said in a statement Saturday night. In announcing the protest on Friday, UTASU said the industrial action was triggered by the extended delays to resolve the critical issues surrounding the compensation review. The decision was made at a meeting on Thursday where the majority voted in favor of the move. The withdrawal of services is a direct action aimed at highlighting the urgency of our issues and the need for immediate dialogue and resolution, the document added. In January, the lecturers staged a protest over the wage issue. They argued then that an offer from the government failed to align with the qualifications and the demands of the daily job responsibilities of all categories of staff. The inadequacy of the compensation package not only undermines the hard work and dedication of UTech JA staff, but also poses a serious challenge in retaining and attracting top-tier talent essential for UTech's JA's continued success as the national university. Moreover, the outstanding parity issue for the administrative staff since 2017 needs to be settled, the group said in January.